out of the way. Turn it off, get it out of the way. We'll set that over here out of the way. Okay, so we got our 2 in our cups. I'm gonna go ahead and move some stuff around so you can see. Loads of fun. The fun of doing all of this stuff. So we'll set our molds out. There we go. Everybody on screen. We'll grab our 2 parts. We're gonna go ahead and grab in some of our dye. Like I said, with this particular dye, it's not very, it doesn't give it a very opaque finish or a very dense amount of color. With the higher quality dyes, you really only need a few drops. With this one, I'm actually going to put a fairly decent sized squirt in there to get some color into it. If you don't put a lot in there, you get pretty much nothing. So there's what that looks like in there. And I'll go ahead and start to mix it a little. Okay, so we got that mixed pretty good. Okay, we're gonna mix up the resin. Now, some people say when you mix the resin, stir it slowly so you eliminate bubbles. Others say, like, no, mix it rather quickly and then just be careful when you're pouring it, and the bubbles will usually work their way out. For this type of thing, it doesn't matter either way. Yes, you're gonna get some bubbles, except you're gonna get a bubble or two. Deal with it and go on. You're not making diamonds here. You're making miniature bases. So here goes. We'll go ahead and pour our other one in there. Make sure we get it down in there real well. And we're going to go ahead and stir. You don't need to stir this one too much. I mean, these are really, really thin. So you're okay on them. This one may actually turn out dark. It's a rarity. I'm going to grab our mold here. I'm working kind of fast because you've got a limited amount of time to do this. This particular resin sets in about 5 minutes. So you've got some time to play with, but you don't want to dawdle as you do it. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this first one. And you want to pour slowly as you fill them. My table here is not super level, so be careful when I pour these to make sure I don't over pour too much. I may actually get dark colored bases out of this. So let's see how that goes. So we got the first one done, and I'm going to go ahead and quickly pour these others. If you're working on something like that has a lot of undercuts, spaces where the mold, where you've got air could potentially be trapped, you're going to want to be careful when pouring those. Because what happens is the air will get trapped in there. You just won't get resin where you need it. These designs on these particular bases, I think only one of them has one of those spaces. The other ones really don't, so we're okay. Go ahead and pour these. When I'm pouring these, I'm actually pouring these a little light so that I'm not overfilling them. The reason for pouring them a little light is it allows you less sanding at the end when you're done working with them. Yeah, see, I don't know if I've got enough here for one last one. Nah, I don't think that one's gonna make it. I think it's just gonna be a little blob. Well, you may get lucky. So we got a few bases out of this one, actually. Alright, so now we wait. This particular resin sets up in about 5 minutes, which is really, really cool to watch. Because what'll happen is you'll see at the thicker spots it's going to start to change color, and I'm already starting to see on some of these where they're starting to change to gray as the resin kicks off. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get the camera on these ones that are turning gray here, and we'll zoom in and we'll see if we can watch it happen. So, oops, there we go. Okay. There we go. So we're centered on one of them, and you notice how it's going from black to gray. What's happening is the resin is curing. Basically, chemical reaction is going on, hardening the resin. As it does that, it does it from the thickest areas first to the thinnest. The reason being is it generates heat as it does this. Thicker areas generate more heat, therefore they're going to cure faster. The thinner areas are going to take the longest to cure. This is standard on almost every resin there is out there. There are some resins where where it does some other stuff similar, but for the most part, this is what's going to happen on all of them. So we can see that on this one we've got, it's darker around the edge, lighter in the middle. We've actually got a little gray or a little light gray stripe right in the middle of it, which is where the thickest pieces are. So we're just going to sit back, relax, and wait. And in about 5 minutes, they'll all be done. I'm going to go ahead and stop this one. Then I'll start another video that I can do a time lapse on, so you can see them go. So we'll stop this one here, and we'll go back to another video.